In the realm of true crime, few figures evoke as much horror and fascination as Ted Bundy. With a charm that captivated many, Bundy operated under the guise of an all-American male, fulfilling societal expectations while hiding a darker reality. At first glance, his well-groomed appearance and articulate speech suggested an upstanding citizen. Yet beneath this polished exterior lay a soul consumed by depravity and a compulsive thirst for dominance. Bundy's disarming smile masked a monstrous nature that would reveal itself through a series of heinous crimes that left a trail of devastation across multiple states. His manipulation was of a masterful degree. Bundy displayed the classic symptoms of psychopathy: an absence of empathy, a lack of remorse for his horrific acts, and an uncanny ability to manipulate those around him. Seeking knowledge as a weapon, he studied law, meticulously dissecting the loopholes that could grant him an escape from justice. This intellectual pursuit wasn't just academic for Bundy. It was part of his strategy in a deadly game. The thrill of murder was not driven by blind rage, but by an exhilarating sense of control. In his mind, the hunt was an art form, and he was the undisputed artist, carefully orchestrating his grotesque masterpieces. Psychologists continue to dissect Bundy's motives, classifying him not as a mere killer, but as a chilling reflection of power dynamics. He sought to instill fear, while relishing in the knowledge of his victim's vulnerability. Each murder was a calculated move, a performance in a horrific play where he held the leading role. The fact that Bundy derived pleasure from the suffering he inflicted paints a portrait of a man far removed from humanity. This calculated remorselessness renders him profoundly terrifying. Every glimmer of his captivating persona serves as a stark contrast to the darkness lurking within. For those studying unspeakable evil, Bundy's existence raises unsettling questions about the nature of humanity and the abyss of the human mind. His story serves not just as a recount of grim events, but as a cautionary reflection on the potential depths of human depravity, illuminating the possibility that the dangerous among us may be those who hide in plain sight. In the unsettling landscape of true crime, Andrea Yates stands out as a figure shrouded in tragedy rather than pure malice. The haunting image of a mother cradling her 5 children is irrevocably contrasted by the grim reality of their demise, each of them drowned under the surface of a water-filled bathtub. Yet, framing this act as cold-blooded murder doesn't capture the complexity of Yates's mental state. Diagnosed with severe postpartum psychosis, her mind was overtaken by delusions. In her distorted reality, she believed that the hell she was saving her children from was more horrifying than death itself. This leaves us grappling with a profound question: can we classify someone as a murderer when their mind has disintegrated into madness? Turning our attention to Ed Gein, the line between sanity and insanity blurs further. Based in rural Wisconsin, Gein became notorious not just for his horrifying acts, but for his chilling resemblance to infamous characters from horror films. After the death of his mother, a controlling figure in his life, Gein found his world shattered. But unlike Yates, Gein's descent into darkness transformed him into a figure compelled by obsession. He exhumed corpses, wore fragments of their skin, and murdered women who echoed his mother's form. His actions were grotesque manifestations of unresolved Oedipal trauma and deep-rooted schizophrenia, painting a portrait of a man unable to cope with loss and longing. These contrasting cases force us to confront a chilling truth: murder rarely arises from a clear intention. Instead, it can emerge from a fractured psyche, spiraling out of control. Delving into the minds of Andrea and Ed reveals the haunting aftermath of trauma and delusion. While society often seeks to categorize violence as an act of evil, we may also need to recognize it as a symptom of profound mental disease. As we ponder these tales, the frightening possibilities of the human mind unfold before us, showcasing that sometimes, beneath the facade of insidious acts, lies a story of desperation, confusion, and a desperate plea for understanding. The horror, it seems, resides not only in what they did, but also in what they experienced within their own minds.